Welcome to Cord Cutting Today for January 23rd, 2023. This is the show where I break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting right now and give you my opinion on them. Now, you probably noticed I'm not at the Cord Cutters News headquarters. I'm not in our review tech lab. I'm down here in Florida on vacation with my family for the next couple of weeks. Very excited to be here. We actually had this trip planned long before I even knew I would have an opportunity to buy back the site. So we're going to be kind of winging it here. I'm going to play around with this little makeshift studio I'm creating down here. We'll see how this all works. But while the lighting sound may not be the best, I do promise to bring you the best news coverage I possibly can on the world of cord cutting. So with that out of the way, let's dive into it. Start off, hey, could you do me a quick favor? Could you help me support my family? Could you help us grow this channel? All you have to do is hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here, so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, and hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of cable TV and still watch the shows that you enjoy. All right, let's get into the news. Starting off with a deal of the day. If you're looking for a very cheap tablet to be able to stream videos on, we just had a long drive from Michigan to Florida. We use a lot of videos. Amazon Fire tablets are on sale up to 50% off, ending soon. This is a great deal. If you want a tablet to just play videos that you don't care if the kid's destroyed, check out the show notes down below. First comment down below, I'll put a link to this and a whole lot more. There, you can find the deal up to 50% off. For example, the Fire H8 Plus 32 gigabyte tablet for just $54.99. Don't have to freak out if your kids destroy the tablet because it was only $54.99. All right, let's get into the news of the day. And as always, I will put a link to all these stories I cover down here at Cord Cutters News, a full story down below, so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. All right, a Dish and DirecTV merger could be coming soon. This has been in the works for a long time. Now, in the past, when DirecTV and Dish had tried to merge, the problem has always been the fact that there was a competition, monopoly fear, that if they were merged, that the federal government wouldn't approve it because it would create a monopoly and they would have too much power, especially over rural areas. Well, increasingly, cord cutting has brought real competition to these markets, allowing, for example, you to be able to go and stream from Hulu, Fubo, YouTube TV, just to name a few of the other non-major cable company owned streaming services. That plus internet from places like SpaceX's Starlink satellite internets, which are low Earth orbit satellites, way better than the old satellite internet, has made it possible for rural Americans to actually be able to stream content and not be reliant on a satellite service if you live in an area where cable TV or cable internet, for example, isn't available. Really cool feature there. I'm very excited that they are considering this merger. I think it'll actually be good for the industry for a variety of reasons. SiriusXM or Sirius Radio and XM Radio is a good example of this. When they merged, I think it made satellite radio better, and you have competition now from streaming and downloads and all kinds of online music examples. And I think TV's kind of moving in that way. And now streaming has become a legitimate competitor to the traditional cable TV companies, meaning that there is a need in some markets for mergers to be able to compete. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, there are a lot of catches here. Reports are that Dish wants a majority control of the new company. AT&T recently spun off DirecTV into its own company, allowing it to be independent from them. TPG, I think, was the investment firm that owns 30%. They reportedly want a merger done to get their money back on their investment. It'll be interesting to see what happens. I would not be surprised at all to see Dish spin off their TV company and make their wireless company its own company. And AT&T's, of course, DirecTV's independent company now merged with Dish's newly created independent TV. So AT&T will go its own way with everything non-TV. Dish will go its way with everything non-TV. Its wireless service plans through Internet of Things, through 5G, through Boost Mobile, and more. And then the two TV companies will merge together. That's very likely. Will it happen? I don't know. It's entirely possible that the two companies won't be able to come to an agreement and instead they'll just shut down the TV services eventually. Not anytime soon. 10 years from now? Could we see a day where they don't merge, one or both of them no longer offer TV? Possible. Free up that bandwidth for other uses, for like 5G internet or satellite internet. We'll have to wait and see. All right, let's keep moving on. Discovery Plus. If you use the service, you may have noticed something is missing. Over the weekend, Discovery decided to remove the live feed channels. Now, these were channels of popular shows that just played a 24/7 marathon. If you use services like the Roku channel, Pluto TV, and so many others, you're probably familiar with these idea of dedicated 24/7 channels of popular shows. Now, Discovery, for whatever reason, I'm guessing cost and prepping for their merger of HBO Max and Discovery Plus, has decided to remove these channels. Now, you can still watch all the content on demand and just have it play the next episode after the next episode. These curated or AI curated random lists of episodes that played one after another are what's gone. It's kind of interesting to see what happens, but they had an interesting line in their official statement about this. Stay tuned for new exciting features and releases coming soon, and rest assured that we always value your loyal membership. I think what's happening here is Discovery and HBO Max are getting ready for the merger. I expect that to happen as soon as spring of 2023. We'll see. It could be summer. It kind of depends, I'm sure, on how everything goes on their back end. Creating apps, moving things, moving websites, as I've learned again last week, can be relatively troublesome. We'll have to wait and see what happens with that. But we're going to be keeping a close eye on this story. Did you use Discovery Plus? Are you upset about the fact that they removed a lot of the live channels? I know a lot of people really love these marathon channels. They put them on their background TV and they get their favorite show and they're watching Property Brothers or whatever it may be over and over again on it. So leave me a comment, let me know. I'll love to hear from you. All right, AMC, speaking of the Plus streaming service, AMC Plus is reportedly struggling as cord cutting continues to grow. According to a report from the Wall Street Journal, AMC's chairman said that their streaming plans are failing. They're not reaching what they want them to be. The internal memo indicated that AMC had believed losses from cord cutting could be stemmed from their streaming services. Basically, lost revenue from people canceling Comcast and Charter, etc., could be made up by higher profitable AMC Plus. What they're discovering is there's not enough people signing up for AMC Plus. It's not driving the subscription services as the way they wanted it to, and that's causing them to lose money. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. AMC Plus, of course, has long been a proponent of the idea that, hey, we'll just replace cord cutting with streaming, whether that be through YouTube TV. This is what happens when I record these before I have coffee. YouTube TV and Hulu with live TV and all these other services, plus their own streaming service would offset it. What we're increasingly seeing is more and more cord cutters are ditching live TV services in favor of on-demand services. AMC Plus has strong competition from Discovery Plus, who we just talked about, Paramount Plus, Peacock, Disney Plus, and more. And increasingly what cord cutters are doing, from talking to all you in our surveys, is you're rotating. You may get one service for a month and watch everything on it and then flip. Or you're picking a couple. You have 2 or 3, maybe up to 4. Our surveys say 3 to 4 are the average number of streaming services cord cutters subscribe to. And then once you hit that, it's like, great, AMC Plus may have cool stuff, but I'm not subscribing. So it's really no surprise to me that they are struggling. Their catalog has relied very heavily on a few big shows. If you're not a fan of those few big shows, you may not be subscribing. Leave me a comment, let me know. Do you subscribe to AMC Plus? Do you like it? I'd love to hear from you and love to know what you think of it. All right, if you are looking for a breakdown of which live TV streaming service you want, we've updated our breakdown of DirecTV Stream, Fubo TV, Hulu Plus Live TV, Sling, and YouTube TV head-to-head comparisons, features, price, DVR support, channel lineup for many of the most popular channels, and more. Now, we're going to continue to make this a living document, update it regularly, and post new versions throughout the year. So check that out. If you've been considering what streaming service you should be subscribing to, check out the show notes down below. I'll put a link to this down there if you're looking for that. All right, Local Now. We've talked about free services. Local Now is one that has really gained a lot of traction recently. If you remember, it's nothing more than just the 24/7 feed of the local on the 8s from the Weather Channel. It still offers local weather and news, but also has a ton of movies, television shows like the Roku channel, Pluto TV, Freeview, Tubi, Crackle, the list goes on and on. Now they struck a deal with NBC News at 3 new 24/7 dedicated channels. NBC News Now, which is their live 24/7 stream of news from their network. Now, it's not MSNBC news. This is a specific news, but it's live and created for the internet. The Today All Day channel, this breaks down basically a curated version of the Today channel, played on repeat all day long, taking the best segments from today and from recent episodes to create a 24/7 Today. And then they also have a Deadline 24/7, which takes some of the best episodes from Deadline, classic and current episodes, compiles them together into a curated 24/7 channel. Now, this is a great example of how free content is becoming ever popular. I love the fact that you don't need to pay for news. I often wonder what CNN is going to do here. I think CNN is the most vulnerable right now. The ratings are not great. Discovery has not been very positive, or Warner Brothers Discovery now it's what's called, about the future of CNN. They're very unhappy with its direction. Well, why go get YouTube TV and watch CNN when you could just go on Local Now and watch NBC's 24/7 news feed for free? And CBS has one, and many others do too. So I'll be very interested to see what happens with live paid news. News is increasingly something you get for free. Whether you're watching it here on YouTube, reading on a website like Core Cars News, or you're watching it on a service like Local Now. It's definitely something that's out there. All right, last story of the day. The top free Fire TV apps for Fire TVs and sticks. Now, these are the free ones. I broke down some of the most popular live TV, or excuse me, includes live TV, free streaming apps on Fire TV and Fire Sticks out there. Now, this is my list. And I do these for Roku. People are like, oh, well, some of these services are available on Roku and Google and more. I know that. But we do individual posts for each one, so people who have a Roku can go and see the list for Roku, people who have Apple TV and more. So keep that in mind. But this is my list. I include things like Local Now, Pluto TV, Crackle, YouTube Kids, and more in here. I'd love to know what you think. What are your favorite free streaming services available? Maybe not just on the Fire TV, but all services. Keep them legal. Any piracy apps will be removed, and you do run the risk of getting banned. I don't want my channel to be shut down for promoting piracy. YouTube has increasingly gotten more harsh on that recently. But if you have a free legal streaming service available in the regular, Fire TV App Store or Google Channel Store or Roku Channel Store, Google App Store, whatever it may be, leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Well, there you go. I'm in Florida. I'm on vacation, but I am working. We're here for a few weeks, enjoying the beautiful sunshine, away from the gloomy, cold Michigan Februarys and into Januarys. If you live in Michigan, you know what I'm talking about this time of year. I appreciate your support. Sorry about the lighting. Sorry about the sound may not be the best, but we'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Thanks for your support. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Check us out over at Cord Cutters News. This is just a fraction of the news we cover here. Until next time, take care. Be safe. I'll be back again real soon.